Hello and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about why I am confused because last video I basically said I had a problem with my ears where my left ear seemed like it was louder than my right because with the IEMs that I got, the Kiwi Ears Orchestra lights, and my previous IEM that I got, the Awful Performer 8s, both had an issue where again, it sounded like a lot of things were panned to the left a little bit, and especially vocals, they sound like they basically always are from the left, which shouldn't be happening. And I thought it was my ears yesterday. Although literally today, I tested out these $20 IEMs that I got just to listen to media basically. And these don't have the same problems as these $250 Kiwi Ears Orchestra lights. At least to my ears, again, everything sounds like it's actually pretty much coming from the center, like when it actually should be. Same thing with my Galaxy Buds Pro 2, which are my daily drivers. Those also sound like the vocals are actually coming from the center when they're supposed to be. And again, not sounding like everything is panned a little bit to the left like it is with the Kiwi Ears Orchestra lights. Now, I know what some people are going to say. Well, what about your seal? Is that the reason why, the left ear may sound a little bit louder than the right? And no, because I can actually, feel how deep the seal is. And even when, these IEMs are the deepest in my ear canal I can possibly put them in, it still sounds like vocals are coming from the left, which is extremely irritating because I don't want to have to change the balance like every single thing I plug these into just to listen to them without being irritated. So yeah, again, I thought it was my ears, and now I'm starting to doubt it again that it's not my ears and it actually is the IMs. And in fact, I will still probably get my ears checked out, even if I don't think it is like my ears a ton anymore. Because I was already planning on doing that anyway, because as I've said before a million times, I have to EQ basically everything I plug anything into, in terms of like headphones or IEMs, because my ears are stupidly sensitive to bass. When I went to that Foo Fighters concert recently, it sounded like some of the tracks were like only bass. It completely muddied the rest of the instruments, for like the most part. And again, bass is just extremely boomy for me no matter what headphone I put on. Even if it's extremely neutral, if I don't EQ it down, it will still sound extremely boomy. Hell, the HD560Ss, which I've used time and time again and are my daily drivers for my PC, if I don't EQ them down, they sound like bass cannons when they are probably one of the most neutral headphones you can ever get and actually don't have that much bass, especially because they're open backs. So that just gives you some perspective of how sensitive to bass my ears are. And yeah, I was already planning on getting that checked out anyway, but I'm also probably gonna again get my ear balancing checked out as well to see if my left ear is actually like louder than my right or my right ear is like quieter than my left ear. So again, I'm just gonna do that anyway. But what I've been thinking about doing is actually getting the Moondrop Blessing 3s, which were the IEMs I was actually planning on getting in the first place because they are really, really neutral, and IEM standards especially. And yeah, they don't have a ton of bass. And yeah, the problem and the reason why I kind of ignored them and what got these two other IEMs instead is because of QC issues. But now at this point, I might as well just say fuck it and get it. Again, I'm probably going to wait a few weeks, then get the Moondrop Blessing 3s, and then decide on whether or not I want to keep the Moondrop Blessing 3s or the Orchestra Lights, and then return the one that I don't really like that much. So, yeah, that's what I'm thinking about doing. And again, even though I think that these have a balancing issue out of the box, again, I still think it's a little unlikely that I have the exact same balancing issues with two separate IEMs, both from different manufacturers, right out of the box. That just seems really unlikely to me. I know that there's two other IEMs that I have that sound like they are centered, meanwhile these other two don't sound like they're centered and they're coming from the left, but still, I still think it's unlikely that that is happening, but I'll see for myself when I get the Moondrop Blessing 3s, because I'll probably get that. And this is where I ask you guys what IEM you think I should get next, if not the Moondrop Blessing 3s. Because my budget's basically like under $400, and if you have like a neutral-ish IEM you want to recommend with not a lot of bass and that isn't like super V-shaped, because unfortunately a lot of them are, especially under $400, then recommend them to me because I'm always open to suggestions and all that. So yeah. I was also thinking about getting closebacks, but the problem is with closebacks as well is that a lot of them are like not very balanced at all. A lot of them have like, because they are closeback, they allow like more bass in, so that's not great for me, obviously. And yeah, and I also am gonna probably like buy an EQ for my Mac as well, because without like a EQ for other like applications, it's not going to be great in terms of listening experience. Because again, the bass is just going to like overpower everything. So yeah. And if you're wondering why I don't just get another open back, it's because for like the third time, it's because I'm going into college and I don't want to just disturb my roommate with like constant music when I'm like just listening to music or just listening to YouTube videos. I don't want to have him hear everything I am doing, or at least not have it leak nearly as much as with open backs. So, yeah, that's basically it. I don't have a whole lot else to say, and I will see you guys later. Goodbye.